races. It's the same distance. You get the same bike. You're doing the same course. But you see like $1,000 for the men, and there's like $350 for the women.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
It's rough. I mean, it does make it rough for female cyclists. Like, you really have to do because you love the sport, right?
Right.
There's
I mean, that's why you should do anything anyway, period. But to see the difference.
But I mean, a lot of professional women cyclists have other full-time jobs. I mean,
don't they all?
It's for the most part. I mean, it's a balance.
That's like Sue Butler having a $1.6 million bike house. You see that thing?
No.
Oh my gosh.
What? Where some women are.
She was just featured in the Wall Street Journal. Is it Sue Miller or Sue Butler?
The cyclocross racer? Mm-hmm. Sue Butler.
Sue Butler. She was just featured in Wall Street Journal. Her and her husband have a $1.6 million house where they have a room built in their house. They got like 30 bikes. They literally have a bike shop in the house.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it's awesome.
So I guess if you're a female cyclist, you just have to find a dude that has money.
Yeah, or there was a doctor. I don't think you were at the forum on Saturday, but I was asking people like what they do, and one person, she's like, yeah, she's a doctor, and we talked a little bit about balancing career and riding.
Yeah.
It can be challenging.
It is.
It's and when you don't have any equal purses to, you fly, you travel these places. You spend all this money to get there, and you're like, oh man, he got $100 and I got 25 or 45.
It definitely is frustrating, but it was awesome this weekend to have that equalized. But for the most part, you'll go to the big races, and the men will be getting like a $10,000 prize purse, and the women maybe like $3,000. I mean,
and you granted
the men's fields are quite a bit bigger.
I mean they're bigger and they draw more.
We still have to do the same.
You got to do the same thing, and I keep bringing it up like almost every opportunity I can because I think it is important, and the fact that Cynergy does a lot of things that are community based that I love about Cynergy, and that when I found out about that I was like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's been like the difficult thing just with women's cycling in general. Obviously you don't see as many big teams and as much sponsorship, but just because then you don't have as much media coverage, and so it always comes back to, all right, well, if you had more media coverage, but then
there's a circle.
It is. So
and it's like, how do you just get the more women out so that the prize can just buy that way and get bigger?
Well, women are the biggest consumers, and I'm sure anyone here can tell you, the women coming here. I'm always in here. I see women coming here with lots of bikes. You know what I'm saying? If they're not buying them for themselves, they're buying them for their spouses or their kids or whatever. But women are some of the biggest consumers out there, and to not cater to exactly. To not cater to them is not smart. And even by as Shelly is joining you guys. You know who Shelly is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She just said she's going to be joining you guys, getting her bike this week. So she's not even coming.
Go, Shelly!
So getting more female riders out there, I think, is really big. And just showing, and even the younger riders, they get to see. And that's why I'm really happy to have you, so that everyone can see, like, oh, the training, the commitment, all that goes with it. Being a female, I want other females out there. I hate when all these dudes.
It is great, because I've ran into a few. I mean, at first it can be like intimidating, I guess, for a lot of females, because a lot of times you go out there and it's majority, dudes.
Right.
But I mean,
do you feel intimidated being around all the guys?
No.
Okay.
No.
What, you want to be a bodyguard?
I didn't think
that setup was like, you need some backup?
You grow up with a bunch of downhillers, like, you're not afraid of anything, or people, for that matter. So, but I mean, it definitely seems like it's growing. Like, just in the last year, I've noticed a lot of greater female presence at most of the races and events and stuff. So
yeah, the field's been getting bigger and bigger. I've seen 20, 25 women out there. I don't know which event I've seen the most at, but I think I've seen like up to 30 women in one race.
Yeah, I mean, I've raced, one of the races, San Dimas this past year, there was over 100. Like, usually our fields never fill, like maybe 80 tops, but there was 100. Some people getting turned down.
Nice.
So.
I mean, not to get turned down, but it's nice to have someone to turn around.
So
when you're in a race, like the race this weekend, do you, like a long, I felt like that was kind of long. How far do you guys go in the cyclocross
It varies,
race?
but this is like a...
how long was the course? It's timed. Cyclocross is usually timed, so...
They were doing about... The fastest laps of the day were around 7 minutes.
On the short course?
On the second day.
Yeah.
No, that was the first day. 7:14 was the fastest lap I saw for the first day. The second day was 6.5. I heard Larry Longo talking about, okay, so they're like about 6.5 minutes, so they should be around, you know, I heard him saying that.
Yeah.
So, and you're averaging about...
I know the guys did like 9 laps, I think.
Yeah, I want to say, yeah, they did like 9. You guys maybe did like 7?
We did
7 or 8?
6.
6?
Actually, in our... Well, it was...
And your race was shorter.
It was funny. And the non-UCI race, our race ended up being about 50 minutes, and we did 6 laps in the UCI race, because I looked at my computer, and we did 1 less lap, and it was shorter time, so it was about 40 minutes. I'm not sure how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened either. Or maybe just about, maybe the race time, you may have done.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm
pretty sure the UCI women finished in like under 40 minutes.
Right,
like
right.
8 laps probably.
But. Yeah, but they were much faster, and, you know, and I noticed that. But
where did you feel your biggest push in that race? Like, did you feel it at the beginning or in the middle? Like, were you like out to...
It really is the kind of like cyclocross is a time trial, so it really is like the entire time you just have to be going hard. Because the beginning, you know, is all about the whole shot. You want to be the first one into the corner, so it's kind of a sprint to get there. Then you kind of get settled in, but you're never like riding at a comfortable pace. It's always just.
And you don't want to get settled into one of the backpacks.
Right? Yeah, you've always got to be, you know, on your game and, you know, pushing the pace if you can, or and then obviously, you know, at the end, just hanging on so you can
finish.
Stay
on the bike. I've seen some spills at the end.
Yeah, it's hard. The last few laps, you start getting tired going over obstacles. You start getting sloppy.
But that's what separates the pros from the amateurs. Those who train and those who don't. You know, is that ability to, you know, when it gets later, you're like slow steps versus striding over.
All right. It's just stepping over the barrier versus
just making it over. Are you ready?
Do you have a mental thing that you think of when you start to get fatigued? Do you have anything that you...
I should.
Like, that's a good idea.
Mental focus is definitely something that I am constantly having to work on. I mean, I think all athletes are in general, but it's definitely something I have to... All people?
People.
Yeah, Alon's really good. Pull that up. Focus. And I get kind of ADD sometimes too, so I gotta lose focus.
That's why I always tell people when I'm announcing, hey folks, say stuff to the riders. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the one time I was out there and people were saying, go Mike, I was like, oh man, I was about to relax a little, but now I gotta go again.
Yeah, I mean,
so when people say it, it is helpful.
For me it depends, because some days I'll totally be in the zone. Like Sunday. On Sunday, my first race, like I was game on. But Saturday, the day before, like halfway through the race, I was yelling at people on the course, you know? So it's
like
just...
for getting in the way? Or
no, I'm just like, they'll heckle me and I'll just heckle back at them.
Versus being like, go,
right?
go,
or
go.
paying attention to the race. Like, you know, so
that's
it
cool.
varies.
Cyclocross obviously provides for that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
for me right now, too, I'm just
yeah.
having fun. So it's because the season for road starts up here, in SoCal, in January. But
right.
So yeah, I've just been having fun trying.
And we're going to be following the. I'm taking bike talks is going to be following the entire season of cycling. So just like cyclocross now, the road, all of those,
all year.
We're going to be all year long at the events and doing that type of stuff. So you'll be seeing me like, oh, there's Mike again.
Oh yeah, I'm stoked.
Yeah,
it's so exciting to hear your voice at the races.
Yeah, right. I'm like, hey, no, what's going on? I'm getting to know people. Like even for me, it's
making me
starting
famous.
to become fun. Hey, man, it's fun, and I become fans of people. Like I really do become fans of people. You know, and and as I'm meeting people, I'm like, you know, like for Brandon Gritters, I was like, come on, man! Like he was way back this weekend, and you know, for him. I'm sure he was going hard, but there was a lot of competition.
Oh, yeah.
This particular weekend, which I had never seen before. And I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah. UCI races step it up.
Yeah, UCI really does step it up. So I was really happy to see that. And I'm becoming a fan of it.
Yeah.
I'm not getting to ride as much as I want, but I'm definitely becoming a fan of everything about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, I'm
What's a great way to get into it? I mean, cyclocross is so spectator friendly.
Oh, yeah.
So.
It'd be nice if the courses were a little more spectator friendly. The courses aren't very good for watching, but they're fun to.
Yeah, they can be.
But you gotta like go find a good spot.
Right.
And the thing about cyclocross is because they're doing 7, 8, 9 minute laps, you can have 7 minutes of inactivity.
Right.
Well, looking around at each other
right.
kind
but
of a
as
thing.
compared to, like, say, like, if you go to a road race or a mountain bike race, depending on the race. But,
right. See, I haven't been to those. I'm actually looking forward to what that's even like. I can't even imagine what a crit race is like. I've done the velodrome, but I don't know what a crit race, a mountain bike.
Crits are spectator-friendly. Road races, not so much. Some mountain bike races are, like the gravity events.
Right.
Do you find yourself being a spectator at many of these events ever?
You know, I love watching the races, so if I have the time, I will. But it is hard because once, when you go to the race to actually race yourself, it's like, you get there, you want to focus on your warm-up, do your race, you cool down, and then usually you just want to, get out of there, eat, and recover for, if it's a stage race, then you've got, more